What a difference a year makes. In just 1 year, the narrative in regards to the Bob Iger, Bob Chapek transition period for Disney CEO has changed dramatically in the media. And we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it right now. Hey everybody, welcome to another Orange Nerd Show Quickie. I usually do the Orange Nerd Show with my two great friends and collaborators, Mr. Vash Sky and Disney Family Man 23. But today, I'm just going to drop a quick little video, little Orange Nerd Quickie about Chapek and Bob Iger. Okay, now, for those of you following all the transition drama, corporate transition drama at Disney last year, when Bob Chapek was announced as the CEO, right? All we heard from the media, from all the experts, okay, sources close to the situation, right, was how this was kind of Bob Iger's like 4D chess. He was sort of throwing Chapek out there right before the pandy, right before the lockdowns to sort of like sabotage him, right? To kind of save his own skin, sabotage Chapek. Okay. That was the narrative. I mean, if you guys have been following this, you know, I'm not wrong on that. That was the narrative a year and some change ago when he first got announced as CEO. Okay. So in 2020, Bob Iger had all the control. He was Mr. 4D chess. He has the plan. He's sabotaging Chapek. He's throwing him to the wolves. Bob Iger was in total, full, 100% control, right? Fast forward to today, 2021, October 2021. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the narrative has changed completely in the media, the Hollywood trades and what have you. The narrative is completely different. The narrative now is, well, Bob Iger had nothing to do with it. And nothing to do with Bob Chapek becoming CEO. No control. It was out of his hands. The board, who historically worships Bob Iger, right, and all but begged him to keep renewing his contract, some reason out of the blue decided to have a corporate mutiny and decided to vote against Bob Iger's best wishes and decided to install Bob Chapek as CEO. And Bob Iger was just aghast by this, and he was helpless and powerless, right? And really, Bob Iger couldn't do anything. What could he do? So the narrative has changed completely. It went from Bob Iger playing 4D chess, total control, sabotaging Chapek, and just a year and some change now, it's Bob Iger had nothing to do with it. He didn't have any control. It wasn't his thing. Look, I'm gonna call BS here, and this is why I think when it comes to any kind of story that you read, no matter who it is, even if it's me, always do your own research. You should always do your own research because, like, look, I mean, like I said, a year and some change ago, the media was certain that Bob Iger was playing 4D chess, and now he's like totally like, almost like a bystander with no power, right? So the narrative has changed, and it just kind of goes to show you that nobody really knows what's going on. No one really knows what's going on, and for me, I always give you my opinion. I'm giving you my speculation, and I always like that, right? Everyone, that when I'm giving you. Like when I'm doing these videos, in going into it, this is my opinion. I'm not coming in with any kind of like, authority, or like this is a fact. I'm telling you my speculation, and sometimes I'm wrong. A lot of times I'm wrong, and a lot of times I'm right. But with the media, they really do portray it as like a fact, right? And really, these two things are not compatible. You cannot say that Bob Iger was playing 4D chess and had total control, and then a year later say he was totally helpless and had no impact on the decision. Here's the thing. In life, usually the most simplest explanation is usually what it is. And the most simple explanation to this whole succession or transition period that we're going through right now at Disney, the most simple explanation is that, Bob Iger actually likes Bob Chapek, and Bob Iger wanted Bob Chapek as CEO, and the board, who largely worships Bob Iger, rubber stamped it and approved it. That's honestly what happened. That's the most simple explanation, and honestly the one that makes the most sense, and I think that's probably what happened. I can't say for sure, but I'm pretty certain that it went something along those lines. Look at Bob Chapek's history with the Walt Disney Company under Bob Iger. It wasn't like Bob Iger was really like concerned over this man. I mean, under Bob Iger's reign, under his tenure as CEO, Bob Chapek did very well. He kept getting promoted every 3, 4, 5 years, right? He went from consumer products guy. A few years into that, he got promoted to the parks and resorts. A few years into that, he got promoted to CEO. So it wasn't like Bob Iger was like totally against Mr. Chapek, was it? He kept promoting him. He obviously saw something in Bob Chapek to continue to promote him every 3, 4, 5 years. Yeah. So look, I know a lot of fans love Bob Iger. I love Bob Iger. I respect Bob Iger. I think he did a phenomenal job as CEO. And a lot of fans, though, they don't want to admit or come to terms with the idea that someone they respect and admire might have picked somebody like a Bob Chapek who they don't like, who they don't respect, who they don't admire. So what they do is they come up with these like almost like these like fan theories in their head as to why would he choose him. There must be some sort of 4D chess thing, or maybe he had nothing to do with it. And none of those theories are true. I think Bob Iger chose Bob Chapek, and I think the board fell in line and rubber stamped and signed off on it is what happened, in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know. I want you guys' opinion on this though, because this is kind of an interesting topic. And I don't know if you guys have noticed. I mean, I know you have. I know my audience really follows this stuff closely. A year ago, the narrative was much different. You know, is Iger playing 4D chess? And now it's like, oh, well, Bob Iger had nothing to do with it. He doesn't even know what, completely, separated from Chapek. It was the board. It was the board, right? Totally different narrative. So obviously there's something going on here. But what do you guys think? I'm calling BS on the narratives, and I'm just going to go with the simplest explanation, which is Bob Iger likes Bob Chapek, and that's who he voted in as CEO. So that's my theory. That's what I think. But comment below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you all so much for watching this Orange Nerd Quickie. And just a quick programming note, link up above. I recently did a live show. We started doing live shows here on OG55. Recently did a live show with my good friend, Mr. Vash Guy. So check that out. Like I said, it's up above. It was a fantastic show about the Disneyland price hikes and the trams returning. Really, really fun time. Check it out and check out our live shows. We're going to be doing the live shows much more frequently. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, have a nerdy day.